Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Nate's Pink Bookshelf. My name is Nathanese for those of you who are new to my channel or who just happen to stumble across this video. And this is going to be my second video for the year. The first one I posted up on Tuesday was basically talking about my bookish resolutions for this year. And this one is going to be a 3-month book haul. These are books that I received back in November, December, and some this month. I'm still waiting on 3 books. One of those books is actually coming today, but it won't be here till later on. And then the other 2 books, one is on back order and one I'm just waiting for. So those probably will be in my next book haul. But I wanted to share with you guys these books. So I have 3 books that I purchased, or rather I purchased one, the other 2 were gifted to me, but still purchased. I have 3 that I actually won in a giveaway, and then I have just a bunch of review books. So starting off with the 3 that I purchased. The first one is Winter Girls by Laurie House Anderson. I freaking love this book. This author, I mean. I read Speak back in middle school, or was it high school? I read Speak years ago in school, and it was a really good novel. And this book here is about anorexia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, anorexia, eating disorders and stuff like that. This is one of those emotional, deep, chilling, bone reading books. So I'm interested in reading this. Now, this book retails for $17.99. There's a price tag on it for $11.49, but I only paid $1. You guys know I love Dollar Tree. I can find really great books at Dollar Tree for only $1. Like, amazing. So yeah, great book. I love the cover. Really gorgeous. The next 2 books were actually gifted to me, but yeah, they were gifted to me from my mother, but they were purchased. So my first lady at my church is also a pastor. She has 3 books out. The first book, I don't know where it is, so I'm going to have to repurchase that book. But this is the second one that she wrote, and it's called Wisdom of the Bible, Inspiration for Everyday Living. And it's a really great book, and here's the bookmark she has for it. It's a really cute, simple bookmark. So it's kind of like a devotional kind of read. So that's that one. And then her third one is called Questions for Jesus, Answers on Peace, Love, Hope, and the Power of Faith. So that's the third book. These are both retailing for $12.50. So that's amazing. And you can get them in the US and Canada. Canadian, it is $14.50. So that's that book. So those are the 3 books. The next 3 books I got were actually, I won them in a giveaway, but I did read these for the author because she had sent me the review copies, and I fell in love. And when I won this giveaway, I was super psyched, and it's just freaking amazing. She has a series called the Werelocke Evolution series. It's technically a trilogy, but if I'm not mistaken, she said she was working on 2 more books, but they're not about the main characters. They're going to be about some of the 2 of the other characters from the novel, which I can't wait for. But basically, a werelocke is a werewolf and warlock hybrid, which I think is freaking amazing. Like, I thought lichens were awesome. This is amazing. There goes my son. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I do have a 2-year-old son. He'll actually be 3 next month. But he called me. But yeah, like I was saying, I think that's a great combination, and I was super excited to have physical copies because I freaking love them. And I'm going to do a book talk on this because this series is amazing. Amazing. If you're into paranormal romances, I highly suggest you pick this up. It's so good. But these are the 3 books. Here are the spines. I just think the spines are gorgeous, like really gorgeous. The first book is called Slip of Fate. The second one is called Fear the Heart. Gorgeous colors. And then the third one is called Revenge of the Wronged. I want to talk about it now without giving so much away, but I can't. So I'm just going to move on to the next one. So the next 2 books were actually sent to me from Ace. And Ace is kind of like a sector of Penguin Random House. So basically these are from Penguin Random House, but the companies are Ace. And the first book is from Sharon Shin, and it's called Unquiet Lands. This is, I don't even know what this is. I don't know if it was a fantasy. Yeah, a fantasy novel. Sorry. Yeah, kind of like a fantasy. The series is called Elemental Blessings, and is about women. This one is about a female spy and her balancing her job, work, and her kid. And I just loved it. It was so good. So that's that one. And then the next one is from Gene Johnson. It's from the First Salic War. I don't know if it's going to be a trilogy or a series, but it's a sci-fi novel, and it is called The Blockade. This is actually the second book. I don't own the first one. The first one is called The V-Dan, and I just think it's awesome. First of all, the cover, look at it. You have an Asian woman, and you have this guy, and I freaking just, I love it. I love it. I've read most of it. I totally forgot what I read, so I'm going to have to reread it. And, of course, read, oh, yes, this is actually a trilogy. So, the first book is called The Terrains. The second book is called The V-Dan. And then the third book is called The Blockade. So, I'm going to have to read all of those again. Yep. And then the last few books are books that I got from Blogging for Books. Now, I do get free books sent to me, free physical copies through Blogging for Books, which is basically a free website you can use, but you must review the book after you get it, and you have a time limit. You can only request one book at a time, and you have, I think, 5 or 8 days to review the book. Like, you have to read it, and then after those amount of days, you can go on the website, review, and then request another book. So that's where I get a lot of my books from. So the first one is called 31 Verses to Write on Your Heart. This is from Liz Curtis Higgs, and I've seen a lot of her books on there, and I'm just now getting into them. I have a second book coming from her as well. This was in uncorrected proof, but it did get released on October 18, 2016, so that's that one. Then I have the Becky Thompson Love Unending. Now, I did receive a uncorrected proof of this, but when it got released on January 3rd, they sent me a finished copy of it. So I have 2 copies, which is freaking great. And this is kind of like a workbook kind of thing, and it just helps you to become a better person. And basically, it's called Rediscovering Your Marriage in the Midst of Motherhood. So it's kind of like a workbook, questions and stuff in there, which I think is pretty good. And I think this is a really great book. I probably could have used something like this before when I got pregnant, like the first year of my son's birth. Because when I got pregnant, I just didn't want anything to do with my fiance. And I'm being 100% honest. Like, I didn't want him to touch me. I didn't want him to be around me. I didn't want to hear him talk. Like, I just wasn't there with him. And then when I had my son the first year, I was all about my son. Like, everything was focused on my son, and I basically neglected him, my fiance, and the affection for me, I just wasn't, giving it to him. And a book like this would have been really, really good for me to read at the time. I'm still struggling with doing that every now and then, but we are still together. It's going on 5 years. We're engaged, so I guess, but that's going to be a good book to read. Then I have The Vegetarian by Han Kang. I don't know, but it's a Man Booker International Prize winner, and yeah, it's basically about a woman becoming a vegetarian, and I think it has some sexual kind of things in there, and some verbal issues with her family and her marriage. So I'm excited to read this. We'll see how that works out. I have Besties by Leah Renea Gorin. And first of all, this book is super cute. Super, super cute. It's really pink. And it's pink deckled edges, which I think is gorgeous. And just inside, it's just artwork about being best friends with someone. And I think this is really a good book just to have on, like, your coffee table in your house, or to give to someone that is your best friend or something like that. Then I got 2 books from Hans Christian Andersen, which are actually going to be for my son for his personal library, but I do want to read these books as well. This is called The Snow Queen, and this is an illustrated version. These are illustrated by Sana Anuka, if I'm not wrong. But these are kind of, what is the word that I'm looking for? What is the word? Not cotton. Oh my god, I can't think of the word. But, I can't even tell you guys the word that I'm looking for. But it's kind of like textured. It's, you guys can hear that. But, yeah, this is a Snow Queen. It's freaking gorgeous. It's blue. And just the artwork in here is gorgeous. show you guys some artwork. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's changing because of the blue. But, you guys can see that, right? Okay, so that's that. And then I have this one, which is called The Fir Tree. I've actually never read The Fir Tree. I've heard the Snow Queen before, but I've never read this. And I love the gold foiling. The other one has blue foiling on it, but the artwork in this is just as gorgeous. The last book that I have, actually not the last book, but the second to last book I have is Girl in Pieces. And I was super, super excited to see that a bunch of books from, what is the publishing company? Give me 1 second. Yeah, Random House Children's Books. So they are now partnered up with Blogging for Books, which is freaking amazing. And they had this one. They had another book I've never heard of. And then they have, what is the book? It just came out, like, last year, I think. And it's one of those books that I was, like, super, super excited to read. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. But they had a few of those books, and I was super excited. And I decided to get this one. It's called Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. And this is kind of along the lines of mental kind of issues and self-harming. The girl basically cuts herself. And I'm interested to see how it works out because I've heard mixed reviews. I did get a chance to sample it, and I wasn't too happy about how it was. But we'll see. Big book. I love this. Let's see what it looks like without the dust jacket. It's just a red book, and the spine is black. So, yeah. The last book I actually have to share with you guys is called Fervent by Priscilla Sure, I think that's how you say it. And she is a well-known author, and she's also the main leading actress in the movie War Room. And I ordered two copies of those books for my mother and I. I'll insert a picture here because it won't come until like 3 o'clock-ish with the regular mail. But I got that book to read, and it's just about prayer, and that's about it. So, yeah, that is it, you guys, for my book haul. Those are all the books from November up until today. And, yeah, like I said, I have 2 more books that I'm waiting on, but those will probably be added into my February book haul. But, that is it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!